Um, okay, good evening. Okay, sorry, good afternoon. Yeah. Quickly, I would love to share some statistic with you. So it has been discovered that over 40 to 50%, based on what I read, of people shy away from asking themselves a very simple question. And that question is quite simple. And that question is quite simple. And the question is, who am I? So most times we just try to come up with a kind of answer to fit. We just come up with a sort of answer for ourselves that okay, I we come up with the generic type of answer, your name and stuff like that. But most times we fail to think deep enough and find that genuine answer from within us about who we really are. And as youths, I want you to believe me, that's one of the biggest problem we face. So back in 2021, when I started out online, I I struggled to get myself a smartphone. When I got a smartphone back then, I was so happy, I was so excited that it was all over me. So I joined the online space and I started learning different things. So the community of people I got myself into, they shared they shared a lot of stuff, most especially their testimonials about them making 50,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, most especially those expatriate people. Oh my God, they they nearly scattered my head. And that's from that blessed day, I got so disappointed and depressed that I funny enough, you won't believe what I did. I broke my phone. I broke my phone on the floor. It wasn't intentional, but that's exactly what happened. I got my smartphone broken. So when I came back, like before I could fix that phone, I had to go through a lot of stress. I had to suffer. Like I went through a lot of issues before I could get my phone back and before I could start up anything at last. But when I got back, I evaluated and I discovered it was because right from the start, I feel that finding myself, I feel that finding what exactly I am meant to do, I feel that finding what exactly I am and who I am. And that's what we are going to be talking about today. And that's why I'm welcoming you to this show. So my name is Prosperity. Prosperity Olorunfemi. So I'm a content creator, and I pride myself as the Wales Creation Gospeler for the youth. I like sharing content that revolves around wealth and how the youths can enjoy their life and make money as well. But I old series of program, I've been thinking, okay, how can I be better for my environment? How can I give more to my friends and the youths out there? So that's why we are doing this, and we'll be doing this once weekly. So once weekly. Thank you very much, Iben. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you for joining us here. It's glad to have you all here. It's very great to have you all here. So yeah, cool. So to be honest, if we take a good look at social media today, so we see so many things due to the opportunity social media has given us. So many people sharing achievements, so many people showing a lot of things, people getting big opportunities. Then you begin to wonder, what exactly am I doing? What's my problem? Am I the one that all this is not meant for? Is it my fault? You begin to feel sad. If you begin to feel disappointed in yourself, then it gets to that certain point that you just feel depressed, and oh my God, it's just so annoying and painful. Is a very big problem we youth face. And seeing so many things in the end, like, and it just like you are not there yet, and depression comes. So so and this is an issue we face. And let's come down and break this issue. called identity crisis. So if well defined, if we begin to see identity crisis, we see that it's something all of us face at a certain point, because humans, we scare away from that very question that has to do with self identity. Think about it. Identity crisis in is a state of confusion, or a state of uncertainty about who you are, about your personal identity. So it can be that you don't understand your values, understand you don't just understand who you are. And the reason is that way, mostly, to be very candid, is due to comparison. We compare ourselves with each other a lot. So we compare ourselves with environment, we compare ourselves with the other person. So those people you look up to, like you want to be in their shoes. So why exactly are you not there yet? So that's the major issue that makes the problem of identity crisis come to us. So relating this to our own world. So when you are facing identity crisis, so many things can happen. So many people. So identity crisis leads to suicide for some people. Identity crisis, it leads to so many wrong and so many brutal actions, mostly from us youth. Like I said, I broke my own phone. So many of us just break down emotionally. Many of us are just sad and okay. So this evening, I just wanted to share with us make it very easy for us to overcome identity crisis. So seven steps that would help you find yourself much more easily. So the very first thing is love yourself. So I am a lover of Christ. He has this statement, this very commandment he has given unto us: love your neighbor as yourself, which means you have to love yourself as well. So the very first thing is to find those things you love about yourself. Find those things you are doing. Find those things you are doing right. Find those things you love, and the things you don't love, have them clearly stated out. Look at them, and just get to understand yourself. That's the very first thing I think. So as an example, as a work to do. So I would say state out 10 things you like about yourself. So 10 things that make you feel worthy, 10 things that make you feel in charge. So state out 10 of those things. Then that's the very first step. Then the second step is make real friends. So this problem, you have to push it out and seek help from other people. So push this personal problem of yours, push it out to people. Find real friends, find people who can help you, people who will relate with what you are facing, people who you can be free with. Then tell them your situation, have them help you, create real friends, people that would easily understand you. I think the people around you would easily push you out of any situations like that. When you tell them and they relate with you, they'll tell you similar experiences they faced, and they will help you through situations like that. So the next thing is appreciate yourself regularly. I call these affirmations. So day in, day out, time after time again. State out state out wonderful things about yourself. Just celebrate yourself. Exactly. So I have an affirmation system on my alarm. I said so many nice things about myself, so many nice things about my future. I said it on my as a sound recording, and I made it an alarm. So it plays twice to three times in a day to me. So I don't. Whenever I face some situations between recently, and whenever I listen to that, it just uplifted me because I remember how I felt back then. So affirm regularly, and you can even automate your affirmations. It will just come and it will remind you, and it will make it a very wonderful experience. And just briefly, you are out of that condition. That's the third step. The fourth one I would say is discover yourself. So self discovery is the process of finding your self identity, and this process can be best done by being intentional about it. So find time, sit down, try to discover yourself, discover who you are, discover what you are for. So just try to meditate, think about this. If you're a Christian, pray about it. If you're a Muslim, pray about it. So just try to discover who you are. I want you to take that up. So try to study more on what would help you discover yourself. So when you discover yourself, you won't be moving from niche to niche, you won't be moving from one line to another line, and it will be very easy for you to stand out. So the another major reason for identity crisis is because we mostly want to fit in and we don't want to stand out. So is I now people now see it as unusual for people to stand out, because yes, of course it's unusual, but we are supposed to stand out, and it should not be something that people should it should be like a a war against you for. So then after this one, I'm going to okay, yeah. The next one is meditate and don't think. So thinking, most times we think of wrong situations, we think of bad things we face, we think of different. So even Nigeria on its own, whenever I'm at work and my colleague keeps seeing the news, see this one, he has cow leg, oh, they killed this person, this bad thing, that bad thing. I just keep feeling sad because the situation of the economy is something else. It's enough to get you depressed. So try to avoid media and don't think about things like that, but rather meditate. Think of the good things you've done. Think of the good things you will do. Think of the good of the high places you get to. Just meditate. Think about yourself, who you are, what you are for, what your voice is meant to be for. Just try to meditate instead of thinking. So I think most times our problem with anxiety, depression is due to overthinking, and our environment makes us overthink, to be honest. So just try as much as you can to move away from thinking to meditating regularly. So, and this is the second to the last one. If you are just joining us, I would advise you take it right from the beginning whenever you are free. Then the next one is be original. I know it's not as easy as it sounds, but try as much as you can to be yourself. So there's no standard, there's no precise statement, or it's not mandatory for you to do exactly what somebody else is doing, even if it's not seeming well. Very soon your unique would become a normal for the audience you are presenting for. So you don't have to fit in, so it's not bad for you to stand out. So you can try as much as you can to be original, do things your own way. So see life as an experiment, and the results would make you do better. So try as much as possible to be original, try as much as possible to be yourself, do things in your own way. There's no pre-stated path. See, whenever you get to a junction and you have to take decisions and you see so many, the best thing is for you to take a path and make the best out of that situation, make the best out of that condition you are getting yourself into. So is how well you are able to manage the situation you are getting into that really matters. So, and the final thing is the major solution, and is still my is my favorite. Okay, and is ignoring criticism. To be honest, fear of criticism is a major problem we face. We don't want other people to talk against us. We don't want other people to feel bad against us. We don't want, like, we don't just want to hear. We don't want other people to just, so we fear other people more than we fear ourselves. That's the idea. So fear of criticism. So majorly, I think you should not fear criticism. Something I say to myself regularly is that fear of criticism is for the fool. That's what I say to myself regularly, because I fear criticism as well. I don't want to do things and have others shout on me. I don't want to do things. I just want to do things and have everybody you get resonate with me and feel like, okay, you are perfect. Exactly, perfectionism. So, but instead of that, try not to fear criticism. Just do things your own way, like I said earlier. So do not fear criticism. So I hope these very few steps would help you better in identifying yourself. It will help you much more in finding your own voice, and it would help you from you get mixing up with what everybody's doing. I really wish the best for you, and I really hope you'd begin to feel better and do better from now on. So I would see you next week, same time. Okay, by His grace. Okay, so next week, same time, and with something more spectacular for you again. So thank you. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate having you all here. So I remain Prosperity Olorunfemi, your handsome friend. Bye.